Morena! Welcome back to my channel. My name's Renee. I like to read books and then talk about them on the internet. Hi. Hello. It's Thursday. It is possibly becoming my favourite day of the week. I work from home on Thursdays, and so I don't have to get out of bed straight away, and I can sit and like leisurely have a cup of coffee and take my dog for a walk. It's great. It's the way that I wish I could live my life every day. And so I thought I'd start a new vlog today because I've got some things happening this weekend that I thought would be fun to vlog for you all. Of course, there will be many books involved, don't you worry about that. But yeah, I'm just making a pot of coffee and having myself some toast for breakfast because I couldn't decide what I wanted. And I'm going to sit down and read for a little bit. And then Shabba's going to get out of the shower and we're going to have our little morning Thursday debrief, which is also becoming a part of our wider Thursday morning routine. But yeah, I'm excited for this weekend and for bits and things and activities. But we'll get into that later. I need to butter my toast. We are going to the park for a walk and play with the ball. Do you like my new hat? It's merch from my favourite podcast, After Work Drinks. If you can't read it, it says Bus, which, if you know, you know. I love it. I bought a bunch of their hats and I'm obsessed. I feel like I look quite cute today. Just a plain black outfit. Hi! Back from the walk. It's very warm today. It's going to be a warm day, which is bloody fantastic. It's what we need and it's what I want more of. I would like a bit more sunshine, but as long as it's not cold and rainy, that's fine too. We had a good time at the park. Mars had a good run around, and then on the way home I had to pick up a prescription from the pharmacy and also some books from the library. So I had some holds ready for me to pick up. So why don't I show you what I got from the library? Bit of a mix. We've got a couple of free books. The library often has just like free books that you can take and keep forever, if you like. What do they call them? Withdrawn books. Ugly Man by Dennis Cooper, the writer of the book The Sluts, which I'm actually too terrified to read that book, to be honest. Also near impossible to order a copy and get it shipped to New Zealand. So yeah, that's that. But this is a short story collection, so yeah, it'll be a nice way to kind of dip into and try Dennis Cooper's writing. And this sounds really good. It says on the back here, as it is done for decades, Cooper's tout controlled prose lays bare the compulsions and troubling emptiness of the human soul. So yeah, came to that. And then the other one that I got for free was My Happy Life by Lydia Millet, whose writing I quite enjoy. And I don't know what this one is about, but I just thought I would try it and see. Weird cover with like a baby just floating in space there. I have no idea. We will find out. I picked up a couple of poetry collections by Limon, The Hurting Kind and The Carrying. Keen to try her poetry and see what it is like. Obviously she is an award-winning poet and the poet, what is that, poet laureate? Yes, I think she is. Was that this year or last year? I can't remember. But yeah, saw those and grabbed those. And then these three I had on hold, so they were ready for me to pick up. Cursed Bread by Sophie Mackintosh. A lot of people read this and have loved it. Thought I'd give it a go. Bit of a literary thriller, I think. We'll see. The Body in Question by Ciment. I can't remember where I saw this, but I figured I would try it by getting it up from the library and see if I enjoy it. I think this one's a bit of a true crime about a murder trial, but focusing on the jurors. That word always reminds me of 30 Rock, where Jenna is in that film called The Rural Juror, and nobody knows what the film's called because every time she says it, she just says Rural Juror. It's hilarious. You should watch it. I love that show. But yeah, anyway, that's that book. And then the last one I picked up is Ka Whawhai Tonu Matou, Struggle Without End by Ranginui Walker. Very seminal, important text about the Māori people and their struggle for the last like 150 years. Yeah, a book that should probably be read by all Māori and all Pākehā, and I am ashamed to say I have not read, so I'm rectifying that. I really should just buy my own copy. I did buy a copy for Rupert to read. Yeah, when he reads that, I'll probably just claim it for myself. Okay, I should probably get my tush ready for work. And by ready for work, I mean I need to pull my computer out and just start working. Right, I've just changed my outfit slightly because I am a bit cold. But new bag and new shoes. This is my new bag that I bought. I'm really happy with it. And these are my new shoes. Yes, I bought the Elia dupe mesh sandals. They're super comfortable though. I opted to not wear the bus hat to therapy purely because I don't want my therapist to ask me what it means. So I think the hair's looking okay, actually. Right. Off to correct my mental health. Bye-bye. Hello, I'm in the kitchen, actually just waiting for this tea to brew, and I'm about to put the dishwasher on. I just got back from therapy. It was good. Sometimes therapy can be a bit full on, a bit intense, and the last thing I want to do is come back home and have to do any work. But today was a good session. Wasn't too heavy, and so I'm able to focus on what I gotta do. So I also picked up some flowers on the way home for Rupert and Shelby. because I like to do those things sometimes. Just put them in a vase and they're just sitting on the coffee table. I'll show you in a minute, but I thought while I wait for this tea to brew, it would be a good time to talk about what it is that I'm reading. Yeah? I've actually just yesterday started a new book. I am reading Death in Her Hands by Ottessa Moshfegh. I'm one chapter in, but they're quite long chapters, so I feel like I can kind of speak to my initial thoughts about the book. Has opened with a woman named Vesta walking in the forest with her dog and coming across a note written about the murder of a woman named Magda. And the note also says that the person who wrote it didn't do it. Initially, I think like that is supposed to hook you in and like make you want to figure out who's done it, but I think quickly I feel anyway, we're realizing that it's not about the note or the murder. It's really a way of meeting this woman named Vesta. I don't know. The note might come into play later on as well, and it might be the kind of driving plot through the story. But this story definitely feels like it is a character study of this woman named Vesta. She is in her 70s. She has moved to this, I don't know, geography in America, a very sleepy, quiet town. She seems quite lonely. She seems like she doesn't get to talk to a lot of people, and that finding this note is possibly the most exciting thing that's ever happened to her. And she is coming up with all these ideas and thoughts and suspicions about what has happened and who this woman might be and how she might have been murdered. And it's really unraveling this kind of quite paranoid, lonely, neurotic woman who I guess wants to use this as a way of feeling important. So yeah, that's kind of super interesting. I feel like I've garnered quite a lot of that from the first chapter. I hope that it changes slightly, or that we go a bit further on from that, because I do think that Ottessa Moshfegh is good at like a single character study. I loved Eileen and I thought she did that brilliantly, but yeah, there is potential for this to kind of be it, and to have that be it after one chapter would be very disappointing. I'm also reading Obit by Victoria Chang, collection of poems, a collection of poems about grief, and specifically the death and Victoria's kind of process of her grief of both her parents. The poems are written out like obituaries, so kind of playing with this idea of all the small ways people die and the certain parts of them that we lose, not just the physical body but their mind, their certain habits, certain memories you have of them. It's this beautiful kind of way of like commemorating, remembering and celebrating someone, while at the same time being like extremely sad. Yeah, it was very sad, but I'm enjoying it. It's quite accessible. I don't feel like it's too poetry-y. Yeah, it's nice to just like read a few here and there. I'm also thinking about starting a third book, but we'll just hold off on that for now. I really want to read a non-fiction, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. It's quite dark, isn't it? Good morning. Happy Friday. Really trying to convince myself of that one there. I'm so tired today and I cannot be bothered with this day. The weather is foul outside. It's rainy. It's wet, it's rainy, it's windy. It's just one of those days that I would just like to stay inside and not do anything. But I have quite a lot of work to do, and I just find myself getting through a lot of things on Friday. It's a lot quieter in the office, so it's quite nice to be there on a Friday. And a few people are away at the moment, so yeah, just gotta smash through the work. Oh yeah, I just wish that this day was just over already. It hasn't even started. But I am excited about this weekend. Got a few fun things planned. Tonight we are going to a DJ gig. We're gonna go see Theo Parrish play, which I'm very excited about. I feel like I need a good dance. I need to move my body. I need to sweat in a room with a bunch of strangers for a good few hours and forget about my problems. That's what we're doing tonight. Very much looking forward to that. And then tomorrow, you may think, like, tomorrow? Why would you have plans tomorrow if you're doing that tonight? Well, I'm crazy. But tomorrow I'm going to a book fair, which I'm really excited about because it's like the big book fair of the year. Pretty sure it's the biggest in the country. Definitely the biggest in Auckland. And yeah, I'm going to go probably, well, I don't plan on drinking much tonight, so I'm hoping I'm not going to be hungover. I'm definitely going to be tired. So we'll have my noise cancelling headphones on. I might even go a bit later just because I don't want to deal with the masses of crowds and the rude people who like to push. I'm going to do that tomorrow because I am a freak. Okay, my battery's about to run out. Anyway, I just wanted to say hello. That's Friday. That's what we're doing. See you on the other side of this day. Good morning. I'm alive. Only just. No, I'm fine. I'm quite tired. A bit tired. But I'm off to this book fair. I've got my hat on because my hair looks an absolute mess. No makeup. Glasses. I've got my massive noise cancelling headphones. I'm in the zone. I really just don't want anyone to talk to me. That's kind of the mood I'm in today. But yeah, last night was fun, really fun. I do have the world's like achiest body though today. Dancing for 4 hours straight is definitely potentially only for the young now. But yeah, it was good. We got home at a relatively reasonable hour. It's at 1:30, 2 a.m. That's not bad, you know, for a 33-year-old and a 65-year-old. I hope it's not 65. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling it today. I didn't drink much though, which was good. But yeah, my body is just sore today. I've got my 5/7 balls. I'm surprised I could even do that. New Balance on because they're the most supportive cushiony shoe that I own, and I couldn't bring myself to wear anything else today. But yeah, I'm just chatting away. I'm getting an Uber there because I can't be bothered driving, and I also can't be bothered trying to find a park once I get there, which is also another difficult thing. So we're going to Uber, and then I'm probably going to bus home because we'll see how I feel about using public transport after being in crowds of people trying to buy books. Okay, let's go to a book fair.
No, because I'm going to be up and down.
Yeah?
I'm not, you know, I'm there and I'm not.
Stands to reason, does it not, sisters dear, that we must find the book, brew the potion, and suck the lives out of the children.
Kia ora. Welcome back. I'm alive. It's Monday. I have finished work for the day and now I'm talking to you. Sorry that it's been a while. Sorry that I kind of just like probably had some really random clips between the last time that I spoke to the camera and now, but the weekend happened and yeah, the rest of it was just kind of boring and not worth sitting down. I had nothing to say really. And I've just been waiting for a moment to show you the books that I got from the book fair because that's really what I wanted to do. Let me quickly show you what I got. I got quite a bit. I think there's like 34 books here, something like that. So I'm going to run through them really quickly for you. Quite a good mix, but lots of old stuff. We have A Family Romance by Anita Bruckner, Friday Black by Nana Kwame Ajay Brinya. It's probably not how you say that person's name. A collection of short stories. The Lucky Ones by Rachel Karsk. I bought this because I needed this book to finish my collection. You may be wondering why I bought this specific cover. Well, this is the only book of Rachel Karsk's that hasn't been republished, like reprinted. So there are no versions of it in the beautiful, like updated minimalist design. This is it. And like, I think there's another one that's even worse, but I had to do it. I kind of want to read this book. I listened to it on audio and I didn't enjoy it at all, but I think Karsk's words need to be read. You can't listen to them and get the same result. So yeah, I picked this up. It was $3, so no biggie. Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I think I'm gonna try some Margaret Atwood. Was very open to lots of new things at this book fair. Wanted to give everything a go. The Beauty of the Husband by Anne Carson. Very stoked to find this. This was like a very good score. Collection of poetry. Those Who Leave and Those Who Stay by Elena Ferrante. This was another one that I needed to complete my collection of the Neapolitan Quartet because the edition that I had was the odd one out, so that's finally done. Obviously I've read that and enjoyed that series. My Life in France by Julia Child. Excited to find this because I only put this on my TBR the other day and this is the exact edition that I was after, so that felt very serendipitous. I'm very good at willing books into my, summoning books into my life. Post Office by Charles Bukowski, very cool Echo edition. The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. Again, like I said, was very open to new things. A collection of short stories by Catherine Mansfield with a beautiful Frances Hodgkins painting on the front. Represent 2 New Zealand women. The Diary of Anne Frank. Have never read this and saw it and thought, why not? Give it a go. Anaïs Nin's biography. Beautiful cover. Heard she has a really fucked up life story, so that'll be interesting and scary probably. Possession by A.S. Byatt. Romance, old school, Booker winner. Close Range by Annie Proulx. This is a collection of short stories and this one has Brokeback Mountain in it. The Middle Ground by Margaret Drabble. I just saw this and thought that was a cool cover, and I think it's about a woman, a housewife and her family and her kids. The middle years of Kate Armstrong are caught between parents and children and are free of neither. That sounds like it could be a bit of me. In the Woods by Tana French. I told you, I was very open. I've been wanting to read this for a while and was glad to have found a nice little second-hand copy over the weekend. Brood by Jackie Polson. Story about a woman and her chickens, but I think it's much more than that really. Tinderbox by Megan Dunn. Another short story collection, this one by Susan Sontag. More beautiful art on the front. Purchased quite a few short story collections this weekend, which is surprising for me because I don't normally gravitate towards short story collections, but I don't know. I feel like the ones that I've grabbed are kind of iconic. The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. This is her memoir about her life and her dysfunctional family. I think she's a journalist. Very famous memoir that the internet talks about, I think. The Heart of a Woman by Maya Angelou. This is a part of her 5 biography series. The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood. Another Atwood to, I don't know, see how I like her, if I like her. This kind of door stopper, The Kennedy Men. I saw it on the first day and didn't grab it, and then I went back on the second day and grabbed it because it was still there. And yeah, I don't know. It seemed like something that perhaps Rupert could be quite interested in, but I'm also kind of interested in. They're like a really famous, almost like a dynasty family in America. So there's the Kennedy Woman version written by the same writer as well, so that could be interesting. The Swimming Pool Library by Alan Hollinghurst. I think this is a queer love story set in like aristocratic times in the UK, I'm assuming. Barrel Fever by David Sedaris. I feel like this is the last of his books. No, I'm missing still quite a few of them. Again, he's a writer that I know that I enjoy and I just buy whenever I see him. A Mercy by Toni Morrison. I just picked up this edition because this book doesn't come in any nice editions, in my opinion, so I don't feel any type of way about this cover other than I know it's not her best, so I'm quite happy to just read a very cheap used copy. Another short story collection by Catherine Mansfield. This one's quite big and probably has some of the short stories from the other collection in it, no doubt. Quartet in Autumn by Barbara Pym. This was kind of interesting and different. It's about some colleagues, 4 colleagues that work together in an office, don't really have anything in common other than the fact that they all work at the same place. And I don't know, I've never read too many like workplace novels. Could be quite interesting. Georgia by Dawn Tripp. This is a fictionalized story of Georgia O'Keeffe in her life, and I think the cover is really beautiful. Had never heard of this before, saw it, picked it up and thought that could be interesting, so I got it. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Berendt. I only know about this book because Rupert enjoys the movie, and so I saw this cover and was like, oh, that's quite cool, so I grabbed it. But it's got a bit of a mystery, true crime, thriller vibe about it, and set in Savannah, Georgia, and kind of follows like the weird townspeople and their involvement in this crime, I guess. Other Voices, Other Rooms by Truman Capote. It's a nice like vintage edition. His first novel. We'll see if it's any good. Ava Luna by Isabel Allende. I actually don't know what this is about, but I would like to read some of her fiction, and I only have a memoir by her, so I think starting with her fiction might be a better option. Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. I'd never been interested in reading this until my friend Sophie told me that the blurb doesn't really do it justice, and she explained it to me in a much more enticing and interesting way. So I knew I'd find a copy there, so I picked it up, and there were actually like hundreds, no, not hundreds, but there were a lot of copies of this book there. So I had the pick of the bunch, but I don't know. I got this one. It's got that ugly sticker on it, but I'm sure I can take it off. And then the last book I picked up is actually one that I have now purchased for the 3rd time and need to just hurry up and read it. But I'm settled on this edition because I do like myself an American edition, but it's The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I need to read it. I will read it. It is definitely on my 2024 list of books to read. And I really do love just the simple cover. And that's it. I bought a couple more books as gifts for people, but I won't show you those because it's none of your business. But yeah, those are the books that I purchased. I'll quickly just talk to you about Death in Her Hands. I'm not finished. I am planning on hopefully finishing it today. I'm really enjoying it though. I really do love Moshfegh's close character studies that she does in her novels. Eileen is one of those that I've really enjoyed, and I also enjoyed My Year of Rest and Relaxation, and Maglu was her novella. But this might be, Eileen was good, but this could potentially be my favourite. She is doing a lot of really interesting things with this character Vesta and her obsession with finding this note. She's annoying as hell, but you can't help but feel sorry for her and want her to step away from the kind of madness that she's falling into. She's not clear of mind. She's very lonely, and as a result she is kind of trying to find some kind of purpose and importance through this note, and we're seeing her create something out of nothing really. It's feeling like it's going to be nothing. It's the only thing that's really giving her a purpose at this point in her life. She's lost her husband, she's living in this cabin in the woods with her dog, and yeah, this is the most exciting thing that's probably happened to her ever, and she is running with it. She's making up stories, she's concocting whole ideas in her head about Magda and who she is and the circumstances around how she could have died, and really speaking this story and the characters that she's making surrounding this person Magda. She's bringing them to life in her own imagination, in her investigation of this instance, and it's an interesting idea around creating fiction within fiction through the lens of like an unhinged, unreliable narrator. I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of getting lost in it a little bit with her, which is quite nice, and then I have to remind myself that, oh, this woman is making all of this up, but she's convincing, if only just for a moment. Those are my thoughts. I don't know how the story will finish. I'm like partway through the second to last chapter. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it ends, and you'll probably hear my final thoughts in a wrap up. I will now wrap this up and bid you adieu. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along with me. I did not bring you to a book fair, but we got a glimpse of some of it, and you've seen the results of my purchases, so that's good enough, I'm sure. Okay, I will see you next time. Love you. Bye. Ka kite.